Morning, guys. I hope all of you guys are doing good. Let me just see here real quick. I'm not hoping all of you guys are doing good. Getting ready for the market. We got a couple of minutes. Not trying to be a superhero here. Being out for 2 days. We got AIM. We got I know, which it's HTB right now. We have CODX. I'm gonna keep on watch. OPOP. I mean APOP. mRNA. Biotech still on play. DYNT. Those are the names that I'm gonna keep on watch here. We have about 4 minutes. Again, hoping all of you guys are doing good and you've been enjoying the day. Maybe you have missed me, maybe you have not. But regardless of that, I'm here. If you have missed me, well, here I am, back again. Welcome to the new people on that are on the stream that are using Discord. Welcome. Gonna be watching DYNT. Possible short on that one, who has a bear flag formation on the 5 right now, and a possible bounce on INO. So we got DYNT. I'll take a snap on INO. Hold on, take a picture here. We got no support in INO all the way to 450. Huge range down. Although I'm not saying it's gonna go all the way down one shot though. I'm not saying that at all. Twenty seconds. To the open. Good luck everyone and good morning again. Hoping the audio is good. I have no feedback in regards to the audio. Please let me know if the audio is good. Okay, we live. Janaya No here. Not again. Resistance on the 100 simple moving average in the 1 minute time frame. INO under the view app right here. Looking at the 15. And no support all the way to the $4 mark. HTB right now. I got no shares. Got no shares available to short this one. HTB. DYNT. mRNA. What's an mRNA? Looking a little too. Oh, okay. This one, it looks a lot better. OPGN. Let's see if I can get a short on this one. Okay, OPGN looking a lot better. INO. HDB. Hard to borrow. Watching OPGN. I'm not trying to be a superhero here. Been out for 2 days, and I am not expecting. Looking at right now the S&P. This thing looks a little choppy, and I am going to be scanning AGNC. This one's popping up. AGNC. I know I'm not gonna short this one, and I'm not too sure about a long trade. So AGNC looking better here. It's a REIT. You know what? Forget about that. It's a REIT. Real estate investment trust. I don't really deal with that kind. We got one popping. CTRM. Popping up here. Okay. CTRM. give it a minute. I'm not gonna throw my punch here. It's too close to $2 mark. I need to know what's going on. Daily, it's sitting 218. A little bit cluttered over the $2. I'll probably take a stab here over the $2 mark. But I'm expecting a micro pullback around this area. Okay, it's popping. But it's a shipping company, but the shippers have been not really performing well in the last days. The YNT dropping fast. I don't trust this one too much. AGNT. I don't trust it too much. CTRM, I'm sorry. We see AGNC keeps on moving though. Again, it's a read. I don't like that one. See where CTRM is gonna resume. But now I'm gonna keep it here for a second, and HBI. I'm gonna since it's halted, gotta wait, see where it resumes. We're gonna put AHBI here. CTRM still gonna have it in a second window. APT looks like a long trade, a very long trade. CTRM is gonna be on watch when it resumes. Resumed to close to the $2 mark. You got resistance at $2.18 on 100 simple moving average on the daily. See where it resumes right now. Okay, HBI. Micro pullback, 1850. All right, so 1850. Let's see if we can get a bull flag here over 1850. A bull flag over 1850 on a 1 minute time frame. Bull flag over 1850 on the 1 minute time frame. Well, they're not going higher. APOP running towards the $3 mark. Over 310, 318 right now. 313 OP, APOP, APOP, APT long trade 2 going higher towards 1820. 1820. I'm gonna wait over 1850 on AHBI. So right now it's too far. So not looking too good there. HBI pull back too quick. APT topping candle on the 1 minute. I don't like that either. Jeez, man, come on. There's no follow through here this morning. What's going on? CTRM still on watch here after the open. When it resumes, I'm gonna keep it on watch. AHPI. Show me the daily on APT. And I can say a high 2165, 2165. Here on the pre-market hours, we got 1848. Pulling back now. Come on, even follow through move. Let me see here. Let me just scan this thing. It's not giving me anything. Okay. We got CNC, healthcare sector, ramping up $57 all the way to 62 now. The pulling back. ABC. Now, running a couple of different scanners. CTRM still watch. APT. Moderna. Come on. Okay, we are resumed on CTRM. Trying to be cautious here today. This thing needs to get right back up over the $2 mark, but I'm not really sure about this one. $218. So 100 on the daily. 218. Going higher. Going higher. Okay, next big resistance 423 on the daily. Expecting a pullback around the $250 area. I think this one is probably going to be halted again. But it's going to be extremely volatile though. How much I could say. Cheap stock, it's a very cheap name. I don't trust it because it's in the sector of shipping and exports, imports and stuff like that. And now with the virus, this thing is being hit in the last couple of days. Nice to be and a reason why this one is moving the way that it is moving. But regardless of that, you know, I really don't trust it. For me, the risk is a lot higher than whatever type of reward I'm gonna end up having here. I really don't see any kind of follow through. Rather, I'm gonna rather take a look at the healthcare sector stock, CNC. Seems like it's ramping up here. A little bit more conservative move here. Because CTRM is not really looking too great. CTRM is flagging now. I think we're gonna have some follow through. I'm sorry. CNC flagging under the view app on the 1 minute. CTRM. I don't like that. Okay, APT over 18 towards 1850. I'm gonna take a stab on APT. If it gets over 18 towards 1850. APT. Strong resistance around 18 on APT. CTRM's pulling back. I don't see a lot of follow through. What's up, Matt? I don't know if you're in the stream. I just saw the message pop on Discord. Hope you're doing okay. DYNT. Okay. Gee, man. This, can I say? It's not looking too great today. Okay, let's keep an eye on this one here. AIM. It's also on this window here. Okay, let's keep an eye on AIM. APT pulling back though. Took a stab here. I'm red. So right now holding a red trade on APT. Took a stab at it. Got a little over 18. Pull back on me though. Seems like we're gonna have some follow through to the downside. I don't like that topping candle in the 5 minutes on APT. I really don't see a lot of follow through today. Market's a little bit volatile, I have to say. Bunch of whipsaw all over the place. I think we're about to drop under 1770 APT. That's not a good thing for me though, because that 100, that the 50 is being resistance on the 15. It's not looking too good for me. Want to see it get on top of 18 again. Possibility running towards 1850. Holding that trend line for that support. Holding the trend line for that support. If you guess under that, you know, let me show you something right here. I don't know which of you guys want to keep an eye on AIM. So right now I'm dealing with APT here. Not doing the great thing for me. That one last candle showing a little bit of indecision, and that the trend is actually shifting, and I am actually holding a trend here, a trade, trying to get to the $18, but it's right here, that resistance that you can see, which is really not a good thing for me. Let's see, I think if we can break over 1811 or 1811, then it will be a little bit of a different story. Maybe we can ramp up all to the high 1830, take at least half out around there to mitigate the risk. This thing is being choppy. I actually thought it was going to move a little faster. But again, towards 1850, based on the daily shot, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm letting it work out. But yeah, at some point, it wasn't looking too good. And they really trying to hold it tight around here, which is not a good thing for me. So I don't appreciate that. Okay, 1830. That's the high here. 1830, 1831 prior high. Take out at least half out around here, this area, to mitigate the risk a little bit. Let's see here, just because in case it rolls over, then at least it's not going to be so bad, because it was a trade was over 18. So right now, 1820. So I'm trying to see if we can get around 1850. So around, this is prior resistance right here, 1831. Stopping there a couple of times. I apologize. Got one of my sons still here. The rest of my kids are in school, but my son, it's the little guy, is still here and calling me from school right now to let me know that he's not. Okay, hitting here. Holding a quarter. First half out, 1830. Then a quarter when it hit 1850. Just holding a quarter here. Holding a quarter here. APT holding a quarter, only a quarter. He kind of got spooked though, being out for a couple of days, and today my emotions are kind of overtook me there. My emotions kind of overtook me there. I'm getting out here around 1869. Probably gonna leave a lot on the table, but I'm just trying to take a green trade over here in this one, because I got in over $18. It's already 70 some cents. Not that I took the whole thing. Okay, I'm all out. Oh my, what is that? Got something sticky on my desk. Probably a little bit of juice got spilled or something. I left a lot on the table though right here, but I got really spooked. I got in over $18. This thing pulled back on me, and fortunately, this thing ran back up. I took 30 cents on the first half. Then one quarter was actually 50 cents, and the remainder, I took another 75-cent move on the remainder on the last quarter. So I had a pretty decent average on APT trade here after a couple of days of being out. It's working out pretty well. Probably left a lot on the table, but my emotions kind of overtook me there. And if you guys think that I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff, you're wrong. Sometimes the emotions are still there, no matter how long you've been trading. Emotions are still around to get you. Wow, look at this move. I actually left a lot more than what I thought on the table. But you know, I'm glad that I was able to capture something. See, we got micro pullback around 1950. I'm gonna pull back again. This thing, I based this idea on the daily. Again, the reversal candle in paper sounds like a pretty good thing, but to be honest with you, my emotions got the best of me for a second there. I haven't traded for the last 2 days because honestly, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff about my kids. They've been throwing up a lot. They've been with stomach issues, a lot of stomach issues, and a couple of other things, fever and all of that. So the last 2 days were not really great for me, okay? And again, my emotions got a little bit all over the place there. And I'm just being honest right now, I could have waited for a reversal candle. Now, if I did that, in hindsight, right? Look at the high of this candle. right here. It's 1973, a low 1873. So it's a dollar move on a 1 minute candle. So that would have shaken me out a lot. Although again, it's being further away from what I thought, because the highest that I went to was 1876. So, again, I could have waited for that topping candle, reversal candle, but my emotions played a role on my decision there. And although I've been trading for a little bit of a long time, I would say, because I started doing this thing, messing up really since 2012. Then, so from 2012, then I started learning to this business to today. It's almost 8 years now. But my emotions took the grip of, my my finger to kind of like, hey, get out. So look at that topping candle right now, the 5. Again, hindsight is 2020, and I'm not gonna complain about the average that I took because again, I took first half 30 cents. Then 1/4, I took another 50 cents and a quarter, and 75 cents, around 75 cents on the last quarter remainder of my position. But, and it's a decent average. Again, 75 cents, I don't complain about that at all. Again, my emotions kind of took the best of me there for a second. So I decided that I wanted to, that's right, 1,000 shares. I try to send 1,000 share lots, 1 or 2,000 shares. Those are the positions that I try to send out. I don't. Although I trade size, I don't try to do it. I don't go all in, especially around this type of market right now. If it was last week when all of the biotechs were running like crazy, that would have been a little bit of a different story. But now I felt like the market was a little bit volatile. If you look at the spider this morning, it looks a little choppy. I didn't see no follow through. And again, APT stock is a building material type of thing. It's in the basic material sector, which is not really something that I will be expecting that it's going to move, right? Because the biotechs are the ones that are actually a little bit of in play still because of the virus, right? So let me put APT here. Now, I was watching APT since this morning, and when I saw it ramping up, I decided, well, kind of after the pullback, the $18 area seems like a decent idea for a long trade. Took that stab. It was just 1,000 shares, risking 10 cents. I tried to risk 10 cents of that trade, just to risk $1,000. $100 out of $1,000 1,000 share position. Tried and true again, trying to mitigate the risk, but I was holding a bigger position than 10 cents at a point, honestly, because I didn't sell again, and I'm being just honest here. My emotions took the best of me out of that trade, because again, I went in with the idea of just holding, risking 10 cents, and this thing reversed on me about 22 cents. So I was under for 22 cents per share at a point, and I ride it out. I didn't sell, and it was just maybe that I was a little bit scared, and I didn't, so I don't know, I just didn't sell. But again, I didn't wait for that reversal candle, because again, my emotions took over me, and I was just, after seeing myself, the first trade that I take this week, I wanted to take some out, so that's why I was just taking partial profits, scaling out on the way. If it was a biotechnology sector thing, since it happened last week, well, I probably would have been a little bit of a different story. But today, APT was not something that I was actually expecting. It's a basic material sector, like building materials. So this is the type of sector that I wasn't really expecting, that it was going to have this move. 75 cent move, although I didn't take the whole 75 cents. I just took average of that out. Again, just 1/4 of my position, 250 shares. I took around 74 cents per share on 250 shares. Another 250 shares, only around 50 cents, and an average of around 31 cents on the first half that I took out. 1830, again 1830, because let me show you here. Was the high of this candle right here, 1831 right here. So when it took the high there, I started sending orders to get half out, and then on the way back up again, the original idea was 1850. So when we got there, I took another 1/4 out again, and just to leave something there now, because there's no reason for you to just get out when you're actually a little bit of a driver's seat. I left a 1/4 in just to see, and around when it was hitting 1875, 1876, I sent out that order, and I took a decent average on that trade. Again, 30, 50, 30 cents on half, 50 cents, around 50 cents on a 1/4, which is 250, and another 250 shares, around 74 cents average on that last 1/4. Decent trade. I was expecting this thing to move in the way that it did. That's why I didn't wait for that reversal candle. For the first trade this week, is somewhat decent. So I'm happy with that result. The market, it seems a little spooky pooky this morning, and you know, what can I say? Let me see something here. I want to share with you guys hey Matt, want to okay, making a mistake on something here. Apologize. Give me a sec. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Oh, I got something there. I didn't even notice. I'm sorry that I didn't know that I had this stuff there. Pulling that, blocking the view on this thing. Wanted to... Oh, for those of you that are new and would like to subscribe to the channel, that's appreciated. Also, if you like the stream, please give it a like. That's also appreciated. Wanted to share with you guys, if you want to be part of Discord group. That's the link right there, so we can keep connected over the whole day. Let's take a look at all the stocks. Yes, that's a nice suggestion. Let me run the scanners here. See what's popping up. If you have any questions or any suggestions, guys, let me know. CTRM looks a little dead to me though. Right now, looking at NMVC, looking like a decent short here under the 50 simple moving average. Let me just put it on my window. And MVC, that was the last trade that I took last week on Friday. This thing I love. No support all the way down to, well, that's probably a lie. Well, no, actually, no. We got a decent range on support all the way down to around 450. The simple 50 simple moving average is sitting at $6.51. So we got no support. Let me just take a look at this thing real quick here. I think I like this one. I'm gonna wait to see if it gets a little bit of steam, because right now, oh my god, look at that drop. And I just said I was gonna wait a couple of minutes. No, the spread is actually too big right there. So that's something I don't appreciate. Spread is 20-cent spread on this thing. As of right now, I don't appreciate that. And NBC looks decent, but I'm not gonna take that trade. Let me just run these candles here real quick. See what else we can find. You guys, what's the appetite here? Low price stocks, mid cap, large caps. What are you guys thinking? Because I got a couple of different scanners that I can run, so I don't know what you guys are thinking. And just by the way, let me just share something with you. Over the next week, since you guys know that I was planning to, and you, buddy, you asked me for this. I'm gonna actually send the funds over Friday to CMEG. I'm gonna start this small account challenge. Not that it's a challenge. I'm gonna try to see how far I can take it, though. I'm gonna be sending about probably between $2,000 and $3,000 to that account. The way that I am going to take trades on that, and for you guys that wanna know a little bit about risk management on this thing, it's I'm gonna try to keep. Although again, it's probably, if you have a small account, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, whatever, just pretend that you're gonna trade 1% of your account. And what you will do, and this is what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be just risking 10 cents per trade. Okay, I'm gonna be taking positions of 500 shares. So I'm gonna cut my lots by 500 shares. I'm not gonna be doing CTRM is dropping quick. I'm not gonna be doing let me just keep on running the scanners here while you guys I give you guys the idea here of what I'm gonna be doing and how I'm gonna take manage. How I'm gonna manage. Why is it? Oh, now I get it. I switched up my. I was running the scanners the other day and I forgot to switch this thing, the color in this thing. The way that I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna be taking trades on 500 share lots, and I'm gonna be risking 10 cents. That means I'm gonna be risking 50 cents per trade, going for at least 2.5 or to 3 per 3 to 1 risk reward ratio. At least 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1. I'm gonna be trying to take AAA or prime or grade A type setups, whichever way you want to call it. So I'm gonna be trying to take very good setups only. Oh wow. Good night, man. Enjoy your night. I don't know what your location is, but I appreciate you being around. It's great to have you around. So, okay, CLBS here. Although, here's the thing. I don't like it. GLBS. I don't like the price. But for the sake of watching the momentum here. And again, this is shipping sector. This is the same thing that is happening here. Why is the shipping sector moving? This sector is being hit. This sector is being hit by the coronavirus, but this is a sentiment play. Sentiment. This is sympathy plays. And I'm gonna keep an eye on this thing just to see how far this thing's gonna go, for reasons of just information. Not that I'm gonna trade it though. You guys know that I don't like this cheap, low price stocks. They manipulated, like really highly manipulated. Okay, so going back to the risk that I was saying, I'm gonna be risking 10 cents per trade. Trying to go for 2.5 to 3 to 1 risk reward ratio, which means I'm gonna go for try to get at least $150 per trade, okay, with the risk of only $50 per trade. I'm gonna try to mitigate my risk. The way that I'm actually doing that is I'm gonna be using leverage, okay, because it's just gonna be a $2,000 to maybe $3,000 account. It depends on how much I put. If it's just $2,000, I'm gonna have 4 to 1, which means that I'm gonna have $8,000 to use. If it's 3 to 1, if I put 2,500 or 3,000, it's gonna be 6 to 1, which means I'm gonna have 3 times 6, it's 18. So, but again, I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna try to go the max to maybe $10,000, okay, $10,000, which maybe I'm not even going to be using that. GLBS is actually ramping up. This is crazy. It's amazing. I don't know why the shipping sector is actually moved. There's got to be some news out there. There has to be some news out there. So I'm gonna be mitigating my risk just to be trading Class A setups, and I'm gonna be just risking 1% of the account, of the overall account. For example, it's gonna be maybe less than 1% of, for example, if I have $18,000 in buying power, I'm gonna be breaking rules of the 1% here. I'm gonna try to go in with half of 1%, because it's gonna be just 500 shares. So if I was going to use 5%, GLPS is just halted just now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put a tweet about that in a second. If I'm gonna be using my $10,000 buying power, you do the math and you say I can trade $1,000 lots, okay? With $10,000, how many shares can I get if I trade $10,000? So you can take 1,000 shares of a $10 stock. So to mitigate that risk, I'm gonna go with half of that. So I'm gonna be using half of that, only 500 shares per trade, which means that I'm gonna have to do the math to see how much I want to use. Although I already did, I'm gonna use about $6,000 buying power. That will allow me. What you do is you divide the amount of money that you want to use, which is $6,000, for example, $6,000, and you divide that by the amount of shares that you're gonna buy, which is 500, and you divide that, and it says that you can buy 500 shares off a $12 stock, maximum $12 stock. Okay. Now, if you're gonna use $10,000, for example, if I had, and you're gonna have more than $10,000 buying power, but $10,000 divided by 500, which is exactly what I'm thinking that I'm gonna do, that allow me to take 500 shares of a $20 stock, maximum $20 stock, no more than that. But I am going to go for 10 cents per trade to mitigate the risk, because I don't want to I don't want to have a risk of $100 per trade, because since I'm gonna be using leverage, I'm gonna go for half of what I was thinking. If the account was a $10,000 account, using a 1%, only 1% per trade, that means that you can have 100 trades for you to blow up your whole account. So, but I'm gonna go for half of that, which is 0.5%. per trade. So I'm gonna go for 500 lots, 500 lot shares, and I'm gonna be risking 10 cents with the possibility of taking 30 cents. And I'm gonna be scaling out. I'm probably not going to. Oh, Mike Bloomberg just dropped out of the presidential race. Just dropped out. The news came through just now. Just by the way, let's see how the market reacts to that. Because there's some people speculating that the reason why the market rallied this morning on the futures market is because Bernie actually lost on all of those states, and people were looking for an alternative to Bernie. Let's see what Elizabeth Warren's going to do afterwards. So again, that means if I only take this a little percentage, that means that instead of me blowing the account with 100 times, I can have double that amount to blow up the account, which it's going to be hard for you to have 100 trades that all of them are red. But you mitigate the risk. You stop the risk by doing that. And so I already have my plans. I already know how I'm going to do it, and how many shares I can buy, what size, and what's the price range, and all that kind of stuff. Dude, you gotta do you gotta a risk reward rate. You gotta the thing is, you have to stay in business. You gotta be in business. Hey, you gotta have that trading plan. This is the reason why. Listen, again, for those of you, again, I don't have the time now. Honestly, I am doing a couple other things that I do. You guys know that I'm getting involved in real estate and trying to buy things and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't have a lot of time, but I'll make up the time if a decent group of people is willing to take classes. Again, and is free. New York coronavirus patient's wife, children, and neighbor who drove him to get care to test positive for the virus. So there was a person that got positive yesterday, I think, on coronavirus, and his wife, his children, and the neighbor that drove him to the hospital tested positive in New York City. So you gotta have a trading plan, though. If you know, like, you need to have, like, you gotta, for you to stay in business, you gotta know how much you're gonna risk per trade. And I'm not willing to risk more than 1%, maybe 2%. Let's just say 2% per trade. Still okay. But you have to know how you're gonna do the math and how you're going to mitigate your risk, because your job is staying in business. If you can't stay in business, you're going to blow up your accounts, and then things are not going to work for you. GLBS coming right back down, but it's not looking too good right now. Again, same thing that I was saying is that I don't know why the sector is actually moving. It's now halted again. And there was another one that I was just talking about a minute ago. Where is it? I think I never put it in one of the monitors, though. APOP. Not that it's great. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, see if it gets on top of the view app, or maybe just gonna print a bear flag formation and it's gonna come right back down. Biotechnology stock. Again, you guys gotta know. Your trading plan for you to stay in business. If you don't have a trading plan, if you don't know how much you're gonna risk per trade, how are you gonna go in, and how far you're willing to take it, you're gonna screw yourself over, and you're gonna blow up your account. So, risk management is very, very important. Give me a second. Let me just tweet this thing about CLBS. Hold up. Let me just put a tweet out. I haven't tweeted or nothing. GLBS. Further than I was asking. Oh, what I was saying, guys, if I get a decent size group that is interested in taking free classes, free, at least maybe once or maybe twice a week. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time, but I can stretch out something. Maybe we can kind of like do the classes like once a week, not to force it. And if a little bit of a decent group of people is interested, I don't know. It doesn't have to be 100 people. I'm just saying like 5, 6, 10 people. I don't know. We can have a little group chat on a live stream, and I can just we can go through Q&As and we can go through different things. So that way I can answer questions, and we can do a couple of different things, that you guys might be interested in knowing answers to a couple of questions and stuff like that. So it's just that. Somebody asked me to play a little bit of music there. So let's just play a little bit of music with no copyrights there. GLBS is going to the floor as of right now. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, hold up. Bear with me for a second, guys, here. Having a little issue with... Let me run TC2000 here again. For some reason the thing stopped it, and DYNT was in a window. DYNT. Where's DYNT? The DYNT is going down. That's a nice short. That's what I would like to do with DYNT as of right now. CODX is dropping. Looks like a decent short here. Micro pullback, getting a little bit of resistance, $12.89. Probably close to $13. And then I think it's going to come right back down. Again, CODX, we got to take a look at the 15. We got no support on the daily, all the way down to $7.88. As a matter of fact, I got to put a trend line on this thing. CODX is looking good over the next couple of days. 788, very nice. 788. CODX is looking good for a short. You're gonna have to give it time though, because this thing is probably gonna which one? GLBS. Where's GLBS here? Where's GLBS? Did I have GLBS somewhere here? Oh, look at that. I gotta be honest with you though, I don't like it. This again, this is one of the sectors that was hit by the virus the most. And although we can see that this is a sympathy play because of all the stocks in the same sector have been moving, GLBS is now halted again, and I don't trust it because it's very a low price name that anybody with a decent size account can throw a big order in and manipulate the price on this name. I like to make sure that my risk is not something that there's gonna overtake the possible reward on any trade, and GLBS again is in a sector that's been taking a hit over the last few days, and I don't know why this thing is going higher, although that I know that there's other stocks with a higher price name that are running in the same sector today. It just looks like a sympathy play to me. AIM is getting higher. AIM looking at the daily very fast, we got a $3 resistance on the daily. $3 resistance on the daily. Topping candle on the one. Let's see what it's gonna do here if we can take the high of $2.64. I'm not sure about this one, but right now it's looking $3.47. 3 and 347 based on the 15 minutes time frame. I'm gonna keep an eye on it right now. Expecting a little bit of a pullback around here. Maybe I could be wrong. Yes, we'll see it hit the $3. There you go. That's the pullback that I was hoping. I was gonna get a micro pullback on the 1 minute time frame. I'm not too sure about this long trade on AIM, to be honest. Dragonfly Doji. GLBS still halted. For those of you that are interested on getting a free watch list, again, the whole information on the website is free regardless, but I gotta put the free out there so you guys know that it's free of charge. I send out a watch list every weekend with the stocks that I'm going to be watching over the next couple of days for swing and day trade opportunities and possible opportunities. If you want to get a free watch list, you just gotta go and create a free account with traceconley.com, and I will be sending every weekend a swing trade, day trade watch list over to your email. A little bit volatile though. Okay, I'll do that. Going towards the 3. I didn't expect this move, although I gotta say, expecting a micro pullback on the 1 minute, and he gave us that micro pullback here on the first candle here. Might hit the 3, but I don't know if we're gonna have some follow through all the way towards the 3. And we can honestly clearly see on the 15-minute time frame the $3 mark and the 350. But being that the market is being a little bit kind of cuckoo today, I don't know if we're gonna have that follow through. Okay, GLBS is back on play. Resumed. Coming down hard. GLBS resumed and is coming down hard. It's this is the type of stocks that are really highly manipulated. $275. AIM going to the $3 mark. So now you guys know next week when the funds actually clear, I'm gonna be in the same position as many of you with a small account. But I'm gonna try to make the best of it, and I'm gonna try to challenge myself. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be able to use those things that I have learned over the last years in regards to risk management and some other things, that it will be a little bit easier for me to speak out of the current experience that I'm living every day, other than just trying to remember things that I went through already. So I came up with this trading plan of mine that I was just sharing a minute ago, saying, okay, this is how I'm gonna mitigate my risk. This is how I'm gonna use it, and it's gonna be trading a 1% per for the whole account. I'm just gonna be risking about a 1 to maybe 2% of the overall account per trade, and I'm gonna be risking really low amount, so that way I can make sure that I'm gonna stay in business. I'm not gonna try to be a superhero. I'm gonna try to risk $50 per trade with the possibility to make a 150, but that's gonna be per trade. So if I can get 2 good trades per day and make around $300, if you do that again, I'm gonna be increasing the amount over the period of time. But if you do the math and you take I think it's 224 days in a trading year. Let's see, or is it 260 something? Hold up, I need to find this out, do the right numbers, because I forgot. Let's just go to Google real quick here. How many days is the 252 days? Well, with the half days and all that kind of stuff, supposedly it's 253 days. Let's just do 252 for the sake of doing the right info. 252. If you have an average of 3, and that's gonna be kind of hard to have exactly the average target that you want, but I'm saying I'm gonna increase the amount over a period of time while the account keeps on growing. If you can get 252 days times $300, you make it $75,000 per year, which is not so bad compared to any other regular job, selling the time by the hour and all that kind of stuff. Again, and this is something that you can do with, a couple of hours of your day, and it wouldn't be so hard if you know what you're doing to make $300 trading. Again, you're not gonna be able to do that every day. There's gonna be red days here or there, but I'm talking about an average. And so if you can do that, you're making around $75,000, which is a lot better than going for a job, flipping burgers or doing construction that might end up paying you the same thing, but the timing and how tired you're gonna get, pulling blocks and doing things and making ditches and digging ditches and making with cement and working out in the sun and in the winter, you gotta do the math. And what trading will allow you is to have a little bit of freedom. That way you can use some of your time for other things as well, that you can make extra money. So that can, if you only do an average of $300 a day trading per day, an average, it means that you have the holidays. All of the holidays you got off, you have all of the weekends off, and you have maybe all of the afternoons off and whatever, and so you have a lot of time off, so you can make $30,000 to $50,000 to $100,000 and all the things. I'm just saying. So again, just a matter of what you're willing to do to get the money that you want and build up the life that you want to build. The market gives you freedom, but the day is not done at 11 o'clock. I know that out there on paper. And so it sounds great that, I'm only trade for 2 hours a day and I'm done. I don't do nothing else. That's good for you. But if you want to build something better than that, you still have the time to do so if you want to. Like, let's just say that you want to be a bodybuilder and then you're able to go to the gym afterwards, or you want to become a cyclist, or any kind of sport that you want to be good at, or you like to read and you want to study to be a speaker. You have the income and then you have the time to do all the things as well that might even bring you income besides the market income. So again, it's just something to be mindful of. You can most definitely think about. I was just sharing a little idea. And I'm here scanning the market. See what else is moving. Don't like CNC too much here. Gee, man, come on. High price names are pulling back hard. Seems like high price names are on play. GLBS. I hope none of you guys are actually holding this bag here, because it's not looking good. It's really not looking good. What in the world is going on? Gonna have to switch up this thing here again. Forgot to do this. You have to close it. Hard close. APTN. ADPT. What am I talking about? APTN. I appreciate those of you guys that actually did like the stream. And the ones that are new and do like the stream, I also appreciate if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's see here, what else is moving? AIM. Probably gonna come right back. I think we're gonna hit the $3 here. We really think we're gonna hit the $3 here. There you go. Got a 297 trend line there. 297 trend line. $297 trend line there. Because it was a lot of hype with the coronavirus. Now that the virus is actually decreasing, the talks on the market, they're talking about getting vaccines, and China has the lowest amount of people infected in the last 6 weeks. That China's actually letting people out of the hospitals already. So the overall hyped up kind of move that he had over the last few days was just same things that happened with this, all the companies. This happens all the time. This is just a pattern. Things get hyped and they start roaring. We spoke about that last week, that the dust was going to settle, and then also the biotech stocks were going to start coming down again. All of these topics are going to be slowing down, and even if you go back to the news today, you're not going to hear as much talks about the coronavirus compared to the Biden presidency. Now I see that what's popping up on the news right now is that Bloomberg just dropped out. It's going to be biting against Bernie. So people are just focusing a little bit more in regards to that now. And so the market will react to those news. And again, since these things have been hyped, now it's less people getting infected, people taking caution, and the panic, it's a little less than it was a couple of weeks ago. So the companies are actually ramped up when the hype of this virus talks were like in prime time, in peak hours, and they're gonna come right back down now again. And it doesn't mean that they're not gonna keep on having this little bit of run-ups, but it's probably not gonna be like these 200% moves, 300% moves that we saw over the last couple of weeks. Now you're gonna see stocks like AIM, that is in the healthcare and biotechnology sector, still come up a little bit, but not as much as it was last week, because again the hype is no longer on its peak. So right now, when it gets to the peak, the only way that it will go from there is down. So as of right now, it's slowing down. Those talks are slowing down, and people are being a little bit more cautious, buying masks. People are buying hand sanitizer, spraying surfaces in their cars and all that kind of stuff with Lysol, and and so now the amount of people getting infected is a lot less than what it was a couple of weeks ago. So now this is the reason why you see that it's momentum in these names are actually slowing down. Not necessarily going to spread wildly. The thing is that we gotta react what the market is thinking, and it seems like the market is really not thinking that this thing is going to keep on spreading as wild as they thought. There have been a few news come up with couple of companies about to find a vaccine for this. About 2-3 days ago, there was other news of, and this is what started happening over the last couple of days, that companies have started to come up rolling out the first vaccinations that they're gonna start trying on humans, right? So they started rolling out vaccines to fight the virus. And again, people are being a little bit more cautious, washing hands, not going out to the public as much, wearing their mask. Although I gotta be honest with you, in New York City and here where I live, I haven't seen much people with masks. But now you see a lot more people washing their hands and hand sanitizer and spraying and Clorox disinfectant wipes and all that kind of stuff. And so people are being a little bit more cautious. There's being reports of less people. So the thing is that the people in the market think that this thing is probably not gonna spread wildly, and so the market is pricing in those things, and that's why we have to focus on what the market reaction is, not on exactly what we think is going to happen. A lot of times we can be right because the market can be wrong, or people are so optimistic that they actually don't plan for things, and the things that they actually leave out are the things that are actually happen. That people don't like planning for bad times. I think this thing is gonna drop. What's a low? 273. So by a penny. 273. It's dropping now. Let's see, probably a little drop here over the next couple of minutes. Let's see. But the market is pricing in those healthcare sector biotechnology stocks. momentum is slowing down according to the volume bars right there with these stochastics on the 1 minute on stock AIM, and the spider is dropping. Spider dropping. Been watching this the whole morning. I just missed it for a second, but we haven't had no follow through. That's the issue with this thing. No follow through whatsoever. Kind of slow now. I'm glad I was able to get a trade. There's a nice flag on LNC right now, printing a bear flag formation on the 1 minute time frame. I think we're gonna keep on coming down here. LNC. Carnival Corporation that is dropping today. Again, airliners and all these leisure sector type of companies are losing a little bit of money. Shipping companies and all these companies are losing money because people are not traveling as much. People are being really careful, and so you see a lot of companies now cutting their projections over the next couple of months. Some companies cutting their projections over the next 12 months, a year, and so ahead, something like that. Dude, I feel you. I have yard work to do. Today is a beautiful day. Weather here is actually very good. So I have some yard work to do as well. I gotta say, I don't want to go out and do it, but I have to. So I'm gonna be heading out over the next couple of minutes too, because right now it's a little bit slow, and I'm not gonna be taking any trades on GLBS. And as of right now, AIM, I don't know. I don't feel too comfortable with the stocks right now. The YMT I think is gonna drop, but I don't want to take a trade there for a short. I don't want to take a risk. The market is a little bit I feel a little bit uneasy today in regards to that. I think AIM is actually going to drop, but I don't want to put any more trades into as of right now, because I don't feel like the market is there to back me up. So let me just let you